Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to our channel and thanks for logging on. If you enjoy these videos, do me a favor and subscribe to our YouTube channel right here at Watchbox Reviews. I would really appreciate it, and I promise to update daily. If you love this watch, you could see it and you could purchase it on our website, thewatchbox.com. And today we are discussing the Bethune DB28 Zirconium Gold, a timepiece in rose gold and highly scratch-resistant black zirconium. It wears feather light on my 16cm circumference wrist. Though the watch is 42.6 millimeters in diameter, that does not include the flanking presence of the spring-loaded floating lugs. It is a thin watch at 11.4 millimeters thick, and it has variable geometry across the wrist thanks to those spring-loaded lugs. Now I'll show you to good effect what these lugs do. They are able to change their spacing from 58 millimeters to 53, and the space between on both sides is a modern and burly 26 millimeters, so the watch has a nice broad planted stance on the wrist. I'll show you that one more time so you get a sense of the watch. It is feather light. Although it does include rose gold, the watch is principally sapphire and zirconium, so it's an easy watch to wear, and as you can see, it sinks down on the wrist and easily ducks underneath the cuff if you must. The strap is custom for de Bethune, and you can see that there is a small rectangular scale alligator leather, a rarely used cut, very thin, unbolstered. There is a folded edge and a monotone stitch, and you can see that small round scale is used on the underside. So here's small rectangular, here's small round. The reason for this is that the strap becomes far more durable, and with gator on the bottom, you have a good chance of nursing this strap to a half-decade of service life. The buckle, which is designed to emulate both the color composition and the form of the floating lugs, featuring black zirconium and rose gold. Jumping back to the case itself, you can see the screw-down crown with double knurling. It is a bullhead manual wind after all. The ogival, or torpedo-like ends of the lugs, a nod to the very first de Bethune DB1 chronograph of 2002. You can see how the system for the spring-loaded floating lugs works, and I should mention that there are two sizes of floating lugs. This is the large, 53 to 58. The small, which is 51 to 47, can be retrofitted at the factory when you send the watch in for service if you want to switch it up. There's a pusher adjuster on the flank that allows you to adjust the bimetallic spherical Moonphase. Now the spherical Moonphase is composed of blued steel and white palladium, and it need be adjusted only once every 122 years. You can see outboard the hour track comprised of polished titanium cabochon on a polished titanium track. There is a balance of de Bethune's own design. You can see it's a silicon wafer with a white gold rim to gather as much mass as possible outboard. It's aerodynamic, it's thermally static, so it doesn't change the timing of the watch in hot or cold weather, and it also maximizes the polar moment without reducing the beat rate. It is still 28,800 vibrations per hour. Now you can see there's triple parachute shock protection of de Bethune's own design. There is a black polished shock protection spring on both sides of the full balance bridge, along with the Inca block shock protection for the balance staff that makes the watch very shock tolerant. Now you note that de Bethune makes not just the shock protection and the balance, but also the hairspring. You can see that sort of asymmetrical dog leg. It creates the same concentric beating that you'll find in a Breguet overcoil, but without the vulnerabilities to shock that are characteristic of overcoil architectures. And though you can't see it, there is a silicon escape wheel, also of de Bethune's own design, operating within the escapement. Zoom out a little bit and you can see, let me remove my fingerprints for your viewing ease, as well as to respect the timepiece. You can see that there is a dramatic Côte de Bethune over the bridge, capping the barrels as well as the base plate. Now Côte de Bethune flanking a black polished center underneath modified Breguet style hands, which are black polished in their own right. You can see a small stub power reserve indicator peeking out from under the flange of the hour track. Turn it all over and you can see the remainder of the caliber 2115. Now here you can see the 6-day power reserve provided by those twin self-adjusting mainspring barrels, a conventional power reserve indicator, but you can actually see the underlying mechanism that provides the power reserve to both the dial side and the reverse side. You'll also note that rather than Côte de Bethune on the back, we have satin finish on the wheels and the levers, along with a dramatic engine-turned perlage treatment across all bridges and plates. It's a good look, and I should mention that the timepiece, ergonomically superb, technically accomplished, and hailing from a company that makes only 150 watches per year, is a wonderful way to get into independent horology from master watchmaker Denis Flageolet, there is no better junction or nexus, a sort of crossroads of art and science within the realm of independent or big brand watchmaking. This is what a Richard Mille wants to be when it grows up. You can see and own this Bethune DB28 gold zirconium on the watch box.